In the realm of online family blogging, whether for enjoyment or staunch opposition, the LaBrant name is likely a familiar one. Cole LaBrant and Savannah Rose's rapid rise to fame unleashed more than viral success. Cole LaBrant, born the 21st of August 1996 in the charming town of Troy, Alabama, grew up alongside a bustling tribe of 4 brothers and 1 sister, all under the watchful eyes of extremely conservative Christian parents. In 2013, within the quiet confines of the LaBrant residence, a tale unfolded, one that would pivot on an unforeseen twist in Cole's life, triggered by a solitary video post on the now archaic platform called Vine. Predating the TikTok takeover, the go-to for frenetic media consumption was Vine and its 7-second video loop. Cole, a stranger to the Vine landscape, found himself thrust into a narrative that would soon seize the collective imagination. During a casual evening with Baylor Barnes and John Stephen Grace, 2 of Cole's closest companions, a fortuitous discovery of a Vine dance contest altered the course of their story.
All grew up playing sports together, spending the night at each other's houses. I mean, just really best friends our entire lives. There's so many awesome memories with them. And one day, one summer, I was 16, Baylor was 16, John Stephen's a year older than us, he's 17. And a few other friends, we were all spending the night at John Stephen's house.
Fueled by a cocktail of spontaneity and boredom, the trio ventured into rehearsal, culminating in the creation of a concise clip that would prove pivotal.
We see a dance contest to the Don't Drop the Thumpin' song, and it's all girls entering the Vine contest, and like, oh, this is so dumb. Oh, how funny would it be if we entered it, guys? Vine, it was like a one-take thing, so we practiced the dance real quick. We posted it at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then we all went to bed.
The aftermath, as Cole reflected, was nothing short of transformative.
And we woke up and we saw that it had like 100 likes. The next day we did it again and it got like 200 likes. And the next day we did it again and got like 5,000 likes. After 1 week we hit 100,000 followers, and that's whenever we came up with the name Dim White Boys.
What began as a lighthearted venture quickly evolved into a phenomenon that defied their expectations. As Cole would later recount, fame wasn't on their radar.
We did it as a complete joke. We really thought that it was gonna go nowhere, that it was just our 15 seconds of fame with a couple videos. We weren't trying to get social media famous. We honestly didn't even know that it was a possibility or that it was a thing.
What initially seemed like a fleeting mode of notoriety transformed them into unexpected celebrities.
Hanging loose in Los Angeles! Yeah! Cali fans are the best.
The trio found themselves catapulted into a whirlwind of cross-country travels and Hollywood meet and greets.
Did you get recognized, like when you're walking around, did you get recognized anywhere? Because LA people like recognize people a lot.
Oh yeah, we get recognized quite a bit here, so it's pretty cool. Whenever it first started, we never actually met anyone for like a month, but then as soon as we met people, we realized how real it was, and yeah, so it's always exciting doing that.
Yet amidst the newfound glitz and glamour, a divergence emerged. While Cole embraced and reveled in the rapid adjustment to their new reality, his friends seemed less enamored with the spotlight. The initial excitement waned, revealing a contrast in their attitudes towards the evolving lifestyle. As the spotlight intensified, John and Baylor found themselves wary of its glare. The demands of rehearsals and the constant need for fresh content grew burdensome, leading them to reconsider their involvement. While Cole harbored relentless desire to press on, his closest friends, fatigued by the demands of fame, decided to step away. In an agreement, they permitted Cole to rebrand their collective social media accounts under his own name. With John and Baylor taking a back seat, Cole embarked on a solo journey, forging his own path in the digital realm. The era of Dem White Boys faded into the background as Cole meticulously crafted his personal brand online. Initially, the transition appeared seamless, with Cole's individual brand gaining increasing acclaim. However, the journey forward was not without its hurdles. The ease of which he continued after his friend's departure belied the challenges that awaited. As his online persona flourished, Cole found himself facing a new adversary: social media hackers who sought to undermine the very foundation of his newfound life.
They deleted all my pictures. I lost 100,000 followers in less than a week. It was just so humbling to see that everything that I had worked for about 2 years, just to see it all crumble. And it's like all this could literally be gone at any second.
The threat of losing it all forced Cole to confront the fragility of his hard-earned success. Locked out of his accounts, Cole found himself in a forced pause, prompting introspection. The experience served as a profound moment of reckoning, highlighting the brief nature of his newfound fame. In the aftermath of this digital upheaval, LaBrant made a conscious decision. If he ever regained control over his accounts, he resolved to chart a different course. The experience became a catalyst for change. Amidst the tumult of his digital journey, Cole, always grounded in his faith, felt a calling for a profound shift. The days of the twerking Vine Boy persona seemed distant, and he sensed it was time for a change.
I did want to live for God, but how do I make that transition from being, the twerking Vine Boy to loving Jesus? And it's like, that's like a little weird. Like, what are you doing?
Upon reclaiming control of his account, Cole saw an opportunity to leverage his fan base as a platform for a different narrative, one centered around God.
It was a hard transition because we didn't start out proclaiming the gospel and things like that. So making the transition from being a secular social media person to a Christian social media person, it was tough because people knew you for dancing or making funny videos or whatever it is, and now you're talking about Jesus and it's like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to do that.
The transition was marked by the juxtaposition of a past known for dancing and humor with a newfound emphasis on discussing matters of faith, particularly centered around Jesus.
Trying to follow Jesus, be pure, do things the right way as is, but now you have all these people throwing in what they think, and they don't know, but what they think, and you try not to care.
Undeterred, Cole pressed forward, steadfast in his commitment to share his message. The uploading of videos persisted on platforms like Vine and Musical.ly, reflecting his resilience in facing challenges. In 2015, he embraced a new venture, joining the cast of The Amazing Race, a unique opportunity to navigate the globe alongside his mother. However, the journey, both in terms of experience and finances, proved less rewarding than anticipated. Despite the setbacks, Cole's determination remained unwavering, marking a chapter in his story where tenacity and resilience became defining traits in his pursuit of success. Unbeknownst to Cole, a far greater treasure awaited just around the corner. A twist in fate that would introduce him to Savannah Rose Sudis. In the sun-kissed landscapes of Orange County, California, Savannah's story unfolds against a backdrop much different from Cole's idyllic upbringing. Born and raised in this picturesque setting, Savannah's childhood was marred by heartbreak and a pervasive sense of turmoil. Unlike Cole, the walls of her home didn't echo with the joyous laughter of a closely knit family. Deep within Savannah's young heart resided a profound love for her parents. However, the shadows cast upon their marriage painted a poignant tale. The toxicity that permeated their relationship reached a breaking point, and when Savannah was but a toddler, the threads of their union unraveled due to infidelity. The aftermath was a messy divorce, leaving her father to depart, and Savannah, along with her sister, navigating the treacherous terrain of growing up without a father. High school marked a milestone, but as Savannah ventured into college, a confusing period ensued. Entangled in an on and off relationship with Tommy Smith, Savannah found herself facing an unexpected turn of events. She became pregnant at the tender age of 19. During this juncture, Savannah grappled with the profound questions that accompanied impending parenthood, contemplating the impact of her education and the kind of life she could provide for her child. In a turn of events, Savannah found an unexpected reservoir of support from her parents when she revealed her pregnancy. The prospect of becoming grandparents lifted their spirits to the extent that they attempted to mend the fractures in their own marriage.
Basically, I thought she was gonna kill me for being pregnant at 19, but she totally was opposite and was so supportive, and even though she told me I was dumb for getting pregnant at so young, which of course I wasn't being too smart, but I got the best little miracle baby ever out of it, and I wouldn't change it for a thing. But she was very supportive, and honestly, a few minutes after talking about it, she goes, "Well, I hope it's a girl," and we all just started cracking up.
Barely 2 weeks after the birth of Savannah's daughter, her father returned to the woman he had left her mother for. The fleeting attempt at reconciliation shattered, leaving Savannah disillusioned and deepening her skepticism about the trust in relationships. On the 14th of December 2012, Savannah welcomed a healthy baby girl into the world. As days seamlessly transformed into months and then years, Savannah witnessed her daughter blossoming into a beautiful young girl. In the intricate dance of life, Savannah discovered a solace, a means of escaping the mental cage that held her captive. The key to her liberation was found in the simple yet profound act of spending time and bonding with her daughter. Together, Savannah and her daughter ventured into the realm of Musical.ly, a platform where they not only shared moments, but also amassed a considerable following.
Smack Cam, Everly.
That was different.
That was different.
The lens captured smiles and laughter, portraying a facade of happiness. However, behind closed doors, Savannah's heart bore the weight of shattered pieces. The joy seemingly exhibited in the videos she created with her daughter on Musical.ly concealed a deeper truth. Unbeknownst to her, a turning point awaited, a moment where all of her prayers were poised to find their answers. In the world of Musical.ly, Cole LaBrant found himself amidst a sea of users, struggling to regain traction after a shift in his content. It was within this digital landscape that he stumbled upon the videos of Savannah, a user whose profile boasted an impressive following. Recognizing an opportunity, Cole, eager to boost his own visibility, reached out to Savannah through a direct message.
Savannah and her daughter Everly are big on Musical.ly with like 4 million followers. And then I was big on Vine.
We were both on Musical.ly, and he sent me a DM on Musical.ly and he said, hey, let's share each other's pages.
She's like one of the biggest people on Musical.ly, and I just got onto Musical.ly. So I thought, hey, maybe she'd want to do shout out for shout out with me. So literally the only person I ever DM'd on Musical.ly was her.
Their interaction, limited to the exchange of shoutouts on their respective profiles, marked a brief encounter that faded into the background as time elapsed. In June, Cole, randomly deciding to spend time in California, found himself at a mall with his brother. Amidst the crowd, a familiar face caught his attention, a face he had seen before but struggled to place. Both Savannah and Cole, feeling a nervous tension, hesitated to approach each other. Savannah enlisted the help of her sister, Chantel, to bridge the gap.
Then I looked back and he was gone. I was like, oh, dang it. Like, I should have went and said hi. But so then I sent my sister, she was leaving. I said, hey, if you see him on your way out, tell him to come say hi. And so she happened to be walking right past Barnes & Noble as he was walking out.
That's whenever we knew it was like a God thing. Like, it sounds so cheesy and like cliche, Christian, whatever. But like, the Grove was it was a Saturday, popping, big outdoor mall.
Lots of people.
Thousands of people constantly walking by, and we just happened to be walking out of Barnes & Noble. We literally bump into her sister, and we didn't even know who her sister was. She was like, hey, my sister saw you guys. Her name's Savannah. I'm not sure if you guys know who she is. She's at that place. You guys should go say hi to her. And we did know who she was talking about because we just saw her and we're talking about her. So we're like, oh, that's a sign that we should at least just go say hey.
The two Musical.ly users, brought together by a chance encounter, exchanged numbers. Yet in that moment, neither Savannah nor Cole harbored expectations of anything significant emerging from this connection. Their worlds seemed distinct. Savannah, a 23-year-old single mother navigating the complexities of parenthood, and Cole, still a teenager, navigating the landscape of digital theme. The contrast of their lives, hailing from different cities and seemingly having little in common, created an intriguing backdrop to the unexpected chapter that lay ahead. Amidst the expanse, Cole and Savannah cast aside the barriers that separated their worlds, spending precious moments together during Cole's stay in California. Recognizing the potential for mutual growth on social media, the seeds of their friendship were sown. As their connection flourished, emotions began to weave a complexity. Months of intensified communications, filled with countless chats and phone calls, eventually laid bare the undeniable reality they couldn't deny their growing feelings for each other. The couple took a significant step forward, deciding to move in together, with Cole embracing Savannah's daughter as if she were his own.
And the reason that we're not saying bye to each other anymore is because I'm moving out to California with Savannah and Everly. So
the union of Cole and Savannah extended beyond the confines of their personal lives as they seamlessly merged forces on social media. The internet, insatiable in its appetite for their content, eagerly consumed their videos across various platforms. Notably, their YouTube channel, aptly named Cole and Sav, began attracting hundreds of thousands of followers each day. In 2017, a pivotal moment unfolded in the lives of Cole and Savannah. A heartfelt proposal from Cole to Savannah marked the beginning of a new chapter.
I thought about a lot of things to say. I've never known the right words, and I thought about it all. I know I wanted to marry you from day one of meeting you, and it's crazy because we got all of our friends and family here now, and it's a lot more official than I ever thought it would be, but you're just my best friend in the whole wide world, and nobody I'd ever want to spend the rest of my life with. Savannah Rosudis, will you marry me? Alright, she said yes.
Merely 6 months later, the couple stood at the altar, exchanging vows that sealed their union in marriage. This significant milestone prompted a transformation in the digital presence, leading them to rebrand their YouTube channel as the LaBrant Fam. A focal point of perplexity emerged surrounding Everly's father, Tommy Smith. Within their YouTube content, Cole and Savannah notably cast Tommy in a predominantly negative light, as seemingly downplaying his role in Everly's life.
Her dad is, I'm not gonna say a bunch of bad things about him, but he's not the best person. So we're not together. He's not around very much.
In their 2018 book, Cole and Sav, Our Surprising Love Story, a deeper layer unfolded as Savannah candidly recanted her tumultuous relationship with Tommy. In the beginning, Tommy seemed like the sweetest guy ever. He made me feel so special. 2 months after we started dating, we slept together for the first time. I was 19. To be honest, the decision to have sex with him wasn't a big deal since I had already lost my virginity to my high school boyfriend. Pretty much the next day, my super sweet boyfriend changed completely. It was like he got what he wanted, so he stopped trying, except when he wanted more. Savannah revealed that Tommy was initially excited about the pregnancy. However, when she was 6 months pregnant, she discovered Tommy's infidelity, leading to a breakup. Although they would reconcile upon Everly's birth, Savannah disclosed that the relationship took a darker turn after Everly's arrival, ultimately resulting in Tommy leaving mere weeks after the birth. Tommy came back around whenever something big with Everly happened, like a Christmas or birthday. A lot of times I asked him to come because I felt like our daughter needed her dad to be there. He came, and both of us were so focused on Everly that we didn't argue, and we had what felt like happy family times. We always got along great, as long as Everly was with us. However, whenever she was with my mom or asleep, the arguments started, the same arguments we always had. Words flew, I was left feeling guilty and worse than worthless, like no one would ever want to be with me because I had a kid. Savannah disclosed that along with infidelity, Tommy struggled with excessive drinking.
I think just because we were doing things we weren't supposed to and going to parties and drinking, and I never did drugs. I've never done a drug in my life. I think just being down a long path of just kind of feeling bad about myself and the way that he treated me, and honestly just not feeling like I was worthy and feeling just so bad about myself all the time, I did lose my connection a lot with the Lord.
Following the breakup between Savannah and Tommy, Cole provided insight into Tommy's reaction upon learning about Savannah's new relationship with him. Right after I got home, Savannah texted me a picture of her car. Someone, probably her ex, had written across the windshield and on the windows, "I'm so sorry, I want to get back together." She also texted pictures of a bunch of flowers on her front porch and boxes of candy. Then she called me and told me that, yes, Tommy had done all of this. She laughed it off and told me that she had washed the writing off her car, thrown the flowers in the trash, and didn't text back. Cole recounted his initial encounter with Tommy. According to Cole, he extended friendliness towards Tommy, but unfortunately, the same warmth wasn't reciprocated from Tommy's end. In that first meeting, I walked over to Tommy and put my hand out to introduce myself. He just slapped it away and kept walking over towards Sav and Ev. He didn't say a word, but I got the message. He wanted nothing to do with me, but that wasn't really going to be an option if I kept dating Savannah. In their book, Cole offered insights into their perspective on Everly having two father figures. I feel so extremely blessed for the relationship I have with Everly, and that she calls me daddy. She calls Tommy dad as well. We told her the truth. Yes, technically I'm her stepdad, but I would never tell her that she couldn't call me dad if that's what she wanted to call me, and there's nothing wrong with having two dads.
He's still a good guy, and I don't want to bash him. We used to let him see Everly.
We always want him in our life, and he loves her to death. He's great dad to her. He loves her, and we do our best to, and he's doing a great job just maintaining that friendship.
In an interesting online video, Cole and Savannah coached Everly as she prepared for an interview for a potential TV show. When Savannah prompted Everly to reveal something intriguing about herself, her response made many pause.
The thing that I have that's pretty cool. I have two dads. One made me and one raised me.
Nice, that's cool. Do you like having two dads?
Yeah, I love it.
Within the realm of social media, keen-eyed fans observed intriguing nuances. Cole frequently shared affectionate images and videos of Everly, with both him and Savannah often referring to him as Everly's daddy. This led at times some younger fans to misconstrue Cole as Everly's biological father, resulting in negative comments directed at Tommy on his social media platforms. Yet, another faction of fans unearthed evidence from older social media posts highlighting Tommy's apparent happiness and active involvement in Everly's life. His Instagram account served as a visual chronicle of numerous moments with Everly, showcasing the connection that went beyond the surface. Furthermore, Tommy took to Instagram to express positive sentiments about Cole and Savannah, adding complexity to the narrative of their intertwined lives. Amidst dealing with his personal struggles, Tommy found himself allegedly subjected to parental alienation orchestrated by Cole and Savannah, an aspect of his journey that many perceived as undeniably unjust. Unfortunately, on September 9, 2022, Tommy Smith passed away. Savannah took to Instagram and shared, "Our hearts are incredibly heavy as we process the loss of Everly's dad, Tommy. He loved Everly immensely. As we navigate through this difficult time, we kindly ask for privacy so that our family may continue to love on Ev, pray, and grieve with her. Your prayers for Everly are so very appreciated." They continued to post on Instagram, sharing a photo of their family with the caption, "This Friday will be a month since Everly's dad passed away." Navigating a situation like this is difficult, and each day the process of grief can be unpredictable, especially for a child. As parents, we yearn to heal and fix. With prayer and reflection, we have come to realize that all we can do is love, support, and focus on Ev as we continue to transition into new normalcy. We are blessed to have family, friends, and amazing mentors to help guide us during this season and to help us make Everly feel so loved. Anybody who has ever lost someone knows that grief is a strange thing. There will be good days and there will be hard days moving forward. By God's grace, Everly is doing well. Thank you for all your love and prayers. Many viewed this as exploitative of Everly's trauma and potentially confusing for their young fans.
Like, please never say, "Oh, poor Everly," or like, "Oh, I feel bad for the older ones." Or,
Trust me, you do not need to feel bad for our kids.
don't feel bad for my kids.
There are a lot of opportunities for the child to be monetized and think they're simply just posting a video.
1 in 4 teenagers, minor children, will experience sexual solicitation on Meta's platforms.
Cole and Savannah consistently uploaded content to their YouTube channel, gaining over 13 million subscribers. They expanded their family to include 3 more children, and Savannah is currently expecting her 5th child.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I did not think it was gonna say yes.
Accusations of exploiting each pregnancy arose as they shared various facets of their children's lives on social media. Public criticism ensued multiple times, fueled by the private and intimate nature of the shared content, with allegations of exploiting their children for views.
But basically we called 911 and I was like blowing on his face, and I finally knew that me just blowing on his face wasn't doing anything. He was getting worse and worse, and he was totally white, totally going purple. He was not breathing.
At the core of the numerous issues associated with sharing children's content on the internet is the fundamental inability of children to provide consent. While Savannah and Cole can grant parental consent for showcasing their kids on social media, discerning whether this decision is rooted in the children's best interests or in pursuit of views and financial gains remains challenging.
Yeah, I was trying to find this photo here.
The paramedics showed up about 2 minutes after I was doing CPR, and after 2...
They were really...
Bro, what the fuck? Yeah, so clearly he was like, yo, my son's about to die. Hold up. The paramedics are treating your son? And then imagine it's a paramedic looking up and the dad is there taking photos. Like, what? Like, this is so bizarre. It's just so fucking bizarre.
Even if children express enjoyment and agreement with their online presence, there's a possibility that they don't fully comprehend the implications of their current lives and futures.
Do you think you're at a point where you would like to quit filming? Oof, that's a good question. I'll keep this kind of short.
It's reasonable to assume that a child's feelings about their social media exposure may evolve as they grow older and gain a better cognitive understanding of the situation. While examining the LaBrant fam's channel, it is evident that their most popular videos consistently showcase their eldest daughter in the thumbnail. Frequently depicted in compromising positions, whether in bathing suits or revealing dance costumes, the ongoing discourse questions whether these representations genuinely capture the family moments or raises concerns about the nature of content consumption analytics.
I found LaBrant family analytics. LaBrant family's daughter. 5.2 million subscribers. Makes $30,000 per suggested post. $30,000 for a suggested post on this little girl's Instagram page. Now look at her demographics, everybody. 70% male. Lowest percentage is teenagers.
Images of Savannah's eldest daughter have allegedly been discovered on nefarious websites in the past. Although fans have brought this to the attention of the family, no public statements have been made about the actions taken to address the issue. While these websites can seem innocuous, their operations involve the trade of images of minors. In Everly's case, this presents a significant concern, as her privacy is being infringed upon at such a young age, leaving her safety uncertain. Fans have also observed that numerous inappropriate comments are left on photos of Everly, particularly on her Instagram platform. Arturo Bayar, a former Facebook engineering director who later worked as a Meta consultant, recently revealed that 13% of Instagram users under the age of 16 had received unwanted sexual advances on the platform in the previous 7 days.
Many have come to accept the false proposition that sexualized content, unwanted advances, bullying, misogyny, and other harms are unavoidable evil. This is just not true. We don't tolerate unwanted sexual advances against children in any other public context, and they can similarly be prevented on Facebook, Instagram, and other social media products. What is the acceptable frequency for kids to receive unwanted sexual advances? This is an urgent crisis.
I think anywhere that a kid is online, whether it's their iPad, their phone, their gaming counselor, anywhere that they are online, there's a child predator. So if a child is online, they may encounter.
So are there any safe spaces for children online?
I would say no.
Cole and Savannah frequently posted blogs covering various topics, including pranks involving each other and their daughter. In a specific vlog, a prank deemed excessively intense garnished harsh criticism.
April Fool's Day might bring about some fun pranks, but Cole and Sav's joke on their daughter is getting a lot of heat.
In this instance, the couple pranked 4-year-old Everly by pretending to give away the family dog, Carl. Savannah informed her daughter, "We have to give Carl away, as we cannot take care of him well enough." The news deeply affected Everly, and even when revealed as a prank, it couldn't prevent her from becoming upset.
We're giving Carl away to somebody else.
You gonna miss him? So, also, the last thing that we wanted to tell you.
Similar to their other vlogs, the dog prank stirred discussions on social media, with many fans condemning them.
Too far?
We need to reflect on why would grown-ups put children in that situation, and how can such a situation disrupt important factors of child development, such as trust, attachment, predictability, consistency, security, safety. We want to make sure that children know they have control of their situation. We want to make sure that children know that they have good choices. And we want to make sure that children understand that grown-ups aren't going to create or foster anxiety-provoking situations for them.
A significant portion of their audience believed that Everly was treated unfairly and that her emotional well-being was compromised for the sake of fame.
It was just a bad judgment call in the moment, and I'm 22, she's 20, just turned 26. We're young parents, and we put all of our lives out on social media for the most part. I mean, I say all of our lives, but obviously we're doing 15-minute videos 3 days a week, so you guys are seeing bits and pieces, and we're gonna make mistakes.
Despite the couple's apology and the promise of a new puppy for Everly, fans sensed an underlying unease. As subscribers grew attached to Everly, concerns emerged about whether her parents were exploiting her for fame and wealth.
Walk in from school with no idea what's going on. Hello. Because.
Online articles delved into allegations of Cole taking advantage of Everly, notably their highly viewed wedding video titled "Vows to My 4-Year-Old Daughter," with over 50 million views, fueled suspicions that the family's online presence centered around Everly. To address tensions, Cole assured fans of his genuine love for Everly, and the family continued to share their lives on social media. Another concerning instance of Everly's exploitation unfolded when her parents released a video titled, "We Have to Make a Big Decision with Everly." In the video, Cole and Savannah explained the likelihood of pulling Everly out of school to start homeschooling. The statement that stirred the most concern was Savannah's indication that one of the reasons was to have, quote, "an extra pair of hands around the house."
Second of all, she's helpful with the kids, so I feel like having her here would be nice, just with another baby coming too. Like, she's just it's nice having an extra pair of hands around the house, even if it's a 9-year-old, you know, and she likes it. Like she likes helping me out.
This subconscious slip of the tongue showcased how the pair viewed their daughter as an additional pair of hands, expected to help and provide labor for the family. Many noted that most of Everly's life had been on camera, and school seemed to be her only escape from the constant filming. This blatant disregard for child labor laws is evident especially among social media stars. As these families gain popularity, their children are compelled to participate in videos with them. This raises ethical concerns as these children lose the essence of a genuine childhood and online privacy. With an extensive social media presence, like the LaBrant family, their children endure a scrutinized childhood with minimal online safety. Despite facing highs and lows with 3 kids, the LaBrants maintained their fan base. However, trouble was never far from the celebrity family.
This was their thumbnail. Look at She got diagnosed with cancer documentary. Yeah, she did.
Despite the LaBrants' positive rapport with their fans, a series of unsettling incidents prompted them to reconsider the extent of their exposure. In a vlog titled "Our Family is Being Harassed," the couple expressed frustration over anonymous pizza orders placed in their name. Initially dismissive, the situation escalated, leading them to involve the police when one of these pizzas was delivered to their daughter's school.
Well, what happened was they left an address.
Yeah.
They left an address on the order.
One of them I happened to catch had an address to somewhere that wasn't our house, but it still had all my information.
And it was like 2 minutes away.
But then we looked up the address, and the address is Everly's school. So that's where we were like, okay, now they're starting to get Everly's school involved. They know where Everly goes to school. This is really, really bad. So,
it's just creepy, you know? Like, it's not just like they're delivering pizza. They're involving her ex-boyfriend and Everly's biological dad, and where Everly goes to school, and like leaving weird notes. And they sent like $100 worth of pizza to we have a daughter in kindergarten, to her school, saying that it was from us.
Beyond the broader conversation about exploitation, the LaBrant fam found themselves embroiled in various controversies.
We begin with that breaking news: a state of emergency in California as deadly fires explode across the state.
In 2018, California witnessed some of its most severe wildfires. The state endured the tragic destruction of paradise, claiming the lives of 58 people, as reported by the New York Times. Additionally, Ventura County and Malibu suffered significant losses in both lives and landscapes due to the Woolsey fire. Schools closed, families lost homes, entire towns were devastated, and lives were lost in the wake of the catastrophic events. While these events unfolded, the LaBrant fam released a video featuring a thumbnail depicting Cole, Savannah, and Everly appearing scared against a photoshopped mountainside ablaze.
That is the fire. So as you guys can tell since the last time I reported, it's gotten a lot closer. I think it's like 4 miles away.
Yeah.
And we just got an evacuation thing. I had this backpack on that has like our laptop, a camera, and essentials in it, because we might not be able to come home tonight. Hopefully we never have to upload this, but if we do, then you guys kind of saw what happened. We got a long car right ahead of us, and we'll keep
fires all over California right now. Not just us.
Criticism ensued, accusing them of being callous and making light of a serious situation.
The more important thing to remember here is that's fine. You want to evacuate your home because you feel it's going to be safer to do so. Go ahead and do that. Don't make it seem like the fire is bearing down on your house. And in fact, don't even shoot a stupid little video trying to get views and clicks and all this other stuff and exploiting your 5-year-old, making her terrified because you're evacuating from a fire that's not even near your home.
The thumbnail and headline suggest that they were asked to evacuate their home. However, following the video's release, neighbors promptly scrutinized the couple, revealing that Cole and Savannah were never mandated to evacuate, nor instructed by authorities to leave.
Marissa Seamus lives near the LaBrants. She says plenty of the neighbors are not amused by the social media influencers.
And I just think it's really sad that they would exploit a situation that's as serious as a fire that so many people were evacuated from, just so that they could get more likes or more hits on their channel.
Wow. Yeah, that is just, that was never even, we were never even near that.
One of the LaBrant fam's most unsettling controversies centered around their documentary titled "She Got Diagnosed with Cancer." The headline alone grabs attention, but what truly alarmed and intrigued viewers was the original thumbnail depicting Cole, Savannah, and their 3 children holding hands in their backyard. This image has since been replaced with Cole leaning over a hospital bed of a child battling cancer. The initial implication was that one of the LaBrant fam's daughters had been diagnosed with cancer. However, the reality unfolded differently in the video. In the first 10 minutes, viewers anxiously anticipated details about their child's potential cancer journey, only to discover that none of their children had cancer. Instead, the headline's mysterious "she" referred to a broader revelation about the prevalence of childhood cancer in other families.
So he did show his daughter and say she got diagnosed with cancer. I'm about to fucking flip this table. This is so fucked up, bro. How dare you?
The viewer keenly senses Cole and Savannah's genuine concern for childhood cancer throughout the video. However, despite the sincere intentions, the repercussions were swift and immediate, with a wave of backlash following the release. The LaBrant family should absolutely be cancelled for scaring their young fans into thinking one of their daughters was diagnosed with cancer. The LaBrant family is fucking disgusting. You post a thumbnail like this with a caption like that, and not a single person in your family was diagnosed with cancer? You do this to push an awareness campaign you claim God told you to? What the fuck? Word spread that the LaBrants were gearing up for another documentary release, and this time, the topic promised to ignite even more controversy.
Which the documentary is going to be coming out soon, guys. We had to take a break from it.
The LaBrant Fam Snark subreddit broke the news, unveiling the family's intention to delve into the contentious territory of pro-life advocacy. The buzz surrounding the documentary suddenly dwindled. The LaBrants fell silent, leaving fans and critics alike wondering if they had second thoughts about navigating the turbulent waters of such a diverse subject. The LaBrant Fam Snark community even speculated that the documentary might never see the light of day, a wishful thinking that played out in the collective imagination of those following the family's every move. Just when it seemed like the pro-life documentary might fade into the realm of unfulfilled promises, Cole LaBrant rekindled the flames. Breaking his silence, he called upon his followers to pray for the success of the upcoming documentary, expressing a hope that it would open hearts and minds. However, as passionate as his plea was, it came with a divisive undertone. Cole subtly implied that those opposed to the documentary were akin to being possessed or demonic, adding a layer of tension to the already charged atmosphere surrounding the impending release. In early April 2022, the highly anticipated documentary from the LaBrant fam made its debut, drawing both fans and critics to their channel. The narrative unfolded with a bold statement, asserting that the documentary stood neither in the camp of pro-life nor pro-choice, but rather it championed a stance of pro-love. Within the opening minutes, the documentary set the tone, presenting a harrowing account of historical tragedies in Rwanda, Cambodia, and Germany. Emphasizing the staggering death tolls, the narrative seamlessly transitioned to a sobering comparison, revealing how the numbers of pregnancy terminations surpassed those of these tragic events. This shocking revelation was delivered just over a minute into the documentary. Undeterred, the LaBrants continued to unfold a second round of comparisons, juxtaposing the daily tally of pregnancy termination procedures against the mortality rates of car accidents, smoking-related deaths, and heart disease. Once again, the numbers painted a startling picture, reinforcing the documentary's unapologetic mission to spark contemplation and discussion. The LaBrants, it seemed, were just getting started on a journey that promised to challenge perceptions and ignite debate. The LaBrants also sought the insights of healthcare professionals. However, the two doctors featured in the documentary, Dr. Anthony Levatino and Dr. Kathy Altman, offered perspectives aligned with the pro-life stance prevalent among the individuals interviewed. Dr. Kathy Altman, a former practitioner of pregnancy terminations, contributed a particularly vivid segment, delving into the graphic details about the procedure. The release of the documentary by the LaBrants brought about a level of public outcry that surpassed any expectations they might have had.
Those events, like the Holocaust and genocides, were largely based on discrimination of certain groups of people. In Cambodia, it was done to purify the Cambodian society. And in Rwanda, there was a majority group of people who were targeting a specific minority group, trying to take them out and causing millions of people to flee the country. And obviously, the Holocaust was based on hate of particular groups of people. And so comparing those two things, comparing actual human beings who were living their lives to a termination of a pregnancy just doesn't quite track for me, and I feel like it's really dismissive to the suffering that people experienced in those situations.
In hindsight, it raises the question of whether the documentary would have seen the light of day had they foreseen the criticism that followed.
Well, you get an abortion documentary brought to you by the LaBrant family, a notorious family channel here on YouTube, which situationally has got to be an oxymoron or something, considering they care more about a fetus's life than their own children, because, you know, they actually clickbaited their kid having cancer.
The LaBrant fam seems to have really stepped in it with this so-called documentary funded by anti-choice churches in order to spread toxic misinformation that will ultimately put more lives at risk than it claims to be saving.
And the reason I'm shouting them out is because over the weekend they took a break from exploiting their children's lives for monetary gain so they could put out what they refer to as a documentary about abortion, where in the first 3 minutes they compare abortion to genocides, including the fucking Holocaust. You know how you do when the average age of your audience is what, probably 10 years old? So, you know, congrats on doing something more disgusting than clickbaiting your daughter potentially having cancer for views. Disturbing weirdos.
The online sphere became a battleground of critiques, with many dismissing the video not as a documentary, but as an echo chamber, cleverly disguised as journalism. In the aftermath of the release, the LaBrants found themselves navigating the turbulent waters of public opinion, as their documentary stirred up more than just a conversation. It ignited a fiery debate on ethics, representation, and the responsibilities that come with wielding influence. Despite this, the family remained active, consistently sharing content on YouTube and other social media platforms. Their presence evolved further in April 2023 when Cole and Everly launched a collaborative YouTube channel named Cole and Ev. The debut video swiftly garnered 1 million views, setting the stage for their next controversial move. A music video uploaded on September 4th, 2023, Everly proudly unveiled her debut song, Like Taylor Swift, a recent musical venture that her mom and stepdad passionately promoted across various platforms. Fueled by her deep admiration for Taylor Swift, the lyrics of the song mirrored its namesake, reflecting Everly's profound love for the iconic artist. In the heartfelt composition, she serenades about embarking on a journey to Tennessee, a quest to discover her true self and make her parents proud. The family's enthusiasm for Everly's musical endeavor resonated throughout their promotional efforts. Controversy enveloped Everly's song when she dropped a plethora of Taylor Swift song references in her lyrics. Like a love story, like a Dear John, like a Bad Blood, and kind of like our song. Like I knew you were trouble, you belong with me. Are you ready for it? Are you 22? Made you shake it off, or look what you made me do. Never grow up, never find a lover. Sparks fly, 15. Can I get a cruel summer? The online discourse gained momentum as some began drawing comparisons to Rebecca Black's 2011 release, Friday. As rumors began to circulate, suggesting that Everly's parents were the true masterminds behind her song, her stepdad Cole took to TikTok to vehemently deny the claims. In a swift response, he asserted that Everly had, in fact, written the song herself. However, a quick investigation into the song's details on YouTube revealed a contrasting reality. The songwriting credits were officially attributed to the LaBrant fam, adding fuel to the speculation and intensifying the scrutiny surrounding the song's authorship. The discrepancy between the public statements and the official credits deepened the intrigue, leaving fans and critics alike questioning the authenticity of Everly's creative involvement in her debut musical endeavor. Amidst the ongoing debate and conflicting statements, voices emerged asserting that it wasn't ethically sound for Everly's parents to thrust her into the spotlight.
Here's why I think there's a possibility that it was not Everly's idea to make this song. If you haven't already read this book, I highly recommend it for multiple reasons. But Jeanette talks in this book about how it was never her idea to start a music career. She was never like super excited about the idea of being a country music singer, but her team and her mom were like, you should do this, it's the next step in your career, everyone does it, blah blah. So she just went with it because it's what everyone around her wanted her to do. While yes, it is a possibility that Everly herself was like, I want to be a singer, I want to put out a song, I think honestly the more likely scenario is that either her parents came to her and said, oh my gosh, Everly, wouldn't it be amazing if you wrote a song and sang it and had your own music video? Or people on the parents' team, because remember, this is their full-time job. They are influencers. They use their children as their content. Someone on their team came to the parents and said,
the logical next step to make more money would be if Everly started a music career. And then they together went to Everly and said, don't you want to be a singer? You love singing. You're always singing around the house. Like, you love Taylor Swift. You love these other singers. Like, you could be just like them. Like, is it really her idea at that point? Or is she being influenced by what the parents and the team of the parents want, which is all, let's face it, wrapped around how to make more money?
The growing discourse also shone a spotlight on the broader issue, questioning the willingness of YouTube families to exploit their children for views, seemingly without considering the potential long-term consequences on their well-being.
A lot of people I see is like, it's not exploiting, they're not exploiting her. So I have it pulled up on my computer right now, the definition of child exploitation. And it is when someone uses a child for financial gain, a gratification, labor, or personal advantage. And what are they doing to Everly? Cole and Sav know that they're boring. Cole is a freaking man-child. They cannot make money without exploiting their children. What are their highest ranked views on their channel? It's something related to having a baby, name reveals, anything with Everly in it, and they continuously push Everly to do things because she's the money-making child. And they know and they see the statistics, like the numbers from her Instagram, how many people that are men are following her. The mass majority of like 7 million are men. They also know that she is on the dark web for millions of creeps to be looking at. And God knows what they're doing with the AI filters and whatnot. But they know this, and they continue to post their children, continue to exploit them. And the reason why they have such a big following and so much money is because they exploit their children for monetary gain.
The back and forth discussions prompted an examination of the ethical boundaries within the realm of family content creation on YouTube, raising concerns about the impact on the children involved and the responsibilities of content creators. The LaBrant's online history stands as a testament to every misstep and every lapse in judgment, such as Cole's past Twitter activity. When online sleuths delved into Cole's old tweets, they were met with shock and disapproval. From Savannah's use of racial slurs to Cole's vines from the earlier years.
Tyrone, you notice your baby!
At times accused of appropriating and stereotyping black culture. The LaBrant family's penchant for constant recording raises questions. From where will the LaBrant's next controversy emerge? When does it become necessary to put the camera down? Will the echoes of their past return to haunt the family? Or should we be more concerned about the future trajectory of their channel?